belonging to Going Places 110. This is Paul. This is just going to be a very quick video. We're heading through to STB Automotive through in Motherwell for a health check for the McLaren, so it's just going to put a short video on. Once we have the kind of result back from that, give the car a clean bill of health. If you haven't, check out STB Automotive over on Instagram, and yeah, we'll see how the car goes. So it might not be able to see it in the dark, but that's just made it to STB Automotive. In rush hour traffic as well, so that wasn't too bad. I'll press a bit of kit. So have a look underneath this car. I'm definitely going to get copyrighted for the music in the background, but never mind. Sorry, just got that. So the whole purpose of this video was to get a health check done on the McLaren, the 570 GT. The 570 GT we ended up getting is actually was at the time the cheapest on Autotrader. Having watched videos from people like Thorny Motorsport, they always did say that anything sub 80,000 is likely to have quite a lot wrong with it. So we're going through to STB Automotive there to get them to check it out, just to see what is likely to be up with the car. Is there anything that's going to cause us to need to reject the car, or is it going to be just very minor stuff? So we'll head through and we'll leave it with them. What's going to come up next is a health check video from them, so we'll see what the result is.
Hi Paul, Steve at STB here. Just doing a short video for you to go through some of the issues and bits and pieces that we've found on your car. And at the front, we've removed the front luggage bin. This gives us good access into the front kind of chassis legs and battery, some of the suspension components, coolant pipes, etc. So we'll just go over some of the bits that we've found in here. Both of these luggage bin trims. Got this one on the driver's side and this one on the passenger side. Should be stuck onto the body all the way up. That is the same on the front luggage bin. A bit of 3M tape should fix that. This trim piece, it looks like someone's bonded where the clip goes, and there should be a metal clip on here that retains it into this other trim panel, so that's missing. I'll have a wee look and see if there's one in my toolbox. Under here as well, this is at the right hand side still, so underneath the wing you can see we've got two sections of your wire harness that run secure. That big plug, they should be attached onto this bracket up here, so look at getting them secured. We have your upper brake pipe, that goes to the right hand front of the car. That should be clipped in to the retaining clip there. Now the reason that that's out is because here's your ABS pump, and you can see the bracket just in front of my finger here. So that bracket, the fixing on that is actually popped out. So where that hole is, that's like a riveted on fixing that goes into a rubber bobbin. It is quite common, so my repair for that would be is to weld that pin back on, dress it up, paint it, and then get the pump mounted correctly. You've got these silver pipes here, they run round behind your ABS pump. So they are for your LTRs, which is your low temp radiators, and that's the radiators that sit in at the front underneath your headlights. So what I think's happened is maybe at some point these pipes have been replaced, or there's been some work going on in here, but you can see that your LTR pipe's actually touching on the anti-roll bar bracket, and at the rear here as well you can see where the LTR pipe is touching on the back of the ABS pump. And if we look underneath where the LTR pipe runs along and then where it goes into the radiator, you can see this P-clip here. So that P-clip It's actually a bit wet round about the P-clip. So that's quite common. What happens is you get water and dirt ingress in there. It acts like a grinding paste, and it traps some water, and the pipe just ends up corroding. It becomes porous. So, and then if you follow the pipe down, you can see where it's just leaking, where it joins on the rubber hose there. The passenger side, similar story here. Very, very close, that LTR pipe onto that anti-roll bar bracket. But also, we have the same issue with the LTR pipe, and you can see just there where it's damp around about that P-clip, and then when it goes down on, joins onto that rubber hose, you can see where it's just damp round about there, just in front of my finger. When we'd removed your luggage bin, we'd checked your tyre inflation kit. Now this has got an expiry date on it, expires 04/2021. So we would obviously advise to get that replaced. We do keep them in stock, so I can get Cheryl to let you know about replacement one of them. So here we are at your passenger door hinge, and just up and here above my finger, below that white paint mark, you can see there's a fracture on the hinge. This is pretty common, and simply just replace the door hinge. Well, as you can see, we've got all the wheels removed, and at the back we have the rear arch liners. So this gives us good access into the rear frame, suspension components, exhaust, and some of the engine components, some of the wiring harnesses. So this is on the right rear. We have your rear light's got a fixing missing, that's insecure, we can replace that. This is quite a common thing, is corrosion on the rear frame rail. So that's a steel riv nut, or a captive nut into the aluminium rail. So we can actually do a repair on that, that we've done to several of our clients' cars, and it just helps prevent a kind of weak point in that frame rail. At the left hand front suspension area, we've removed the wheel to give us good access into all the suspension components. And the only issue that we can find here is your dampers actually leaking. So like I say, left front, you can see where it's wet round about the bottom of the spring, and then at the bottom arm. Right rear arch liner, you can see there that a wee mouse has maybe been in there trying to get stuff for its bed. Right, Paul, still at the right rear. This is the inside of the wheel arch, looking at the rear quarter. So you can see there's been a wee repair at some point. It's difficult to tell exactly what's happened there. Right, so we're over at the left rear now, and same as the right rear, we've got the corrosion around about this fixing on the rear frame rail. Still at the left rear, we've got your aircon pipe that comes down here. Your arch liner sits in, and this is quite common for the arch liner to rub on that aircon pipe. So you can just see where it started to perish and corrode. There's your left front brake disc, a bit of corrosion on the inner face, and you can see the drilled holes are actually filled in with material from the brake pads, and maybe some corrosion as well. Same on the right front, and this is your right rear brake disc. Same again, the corrosion isn't as bad as the fronts, but you can see your drilled holes are filled. And the same on your left rear. Here we have your emergency key barrel, and that should have a plastic cover over it to protect it from water and dirt ingress and to save it from getting seized. This is at the left hand rear of the car, so this is the datum plug, which is missing. This is at the factory where they mount the carbon tub for it to go through the production line. They then put a plug in there, which is like that. Relatively inexpensive and easy to pop one in. Rear diffuser end trim's insecure. So underneath the car, we have removed your engine floor panel and the gearbox floor panel. It's under there. and you can see this is your oil pump. We've got a slight leak at the oil pump area. I suspect it from this hose. What we'll do is we'll clean that up and we'll run it and give it a wee check. Also, you can see at the back of the engine where there's signs of a slight sweat round about there, and I've already checked up the top, that's a leak from your V module. We've also removed this access panel for your oil filter housing, or what's called your V module. You can see where it's wet, just round about the oil filter housing or the V module, and you can just see it the other side as well. So that's where the oil's leaking. It's running down the back end of the engine, down the gearbox, and that's what we're seeing underneath. That's an oil leak that's dripping down, and underneath your gearbox you can see here where it's wet around about there, and on this floor panel that we've removed underneath your gearbox, you can see where it's been wet and all the dirt's stuck to the oil. So we'll clean that off and we'll put some leak detection spray on that. I would probably advise running the car for a wee bit, and then we can have a wee look, and the leak detection spray should highlight if any leak is present. It's your front floor panel, just slight impact damage there, but nothing too serious. We've removed the rear trim panel and at the luggage bay area. The hinge fixing covers that are missing is in there. There should be two wee panels that just cover them, just to finish it off. That's us at the end of the inspection. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank you for using STB Automotive.
So that's us getting ready to head through to STB. We've had the bill through for the work that was carried out. You've watched the video there. So for the health check and the work that's been carried out, you know, £419 is actually, it's pretty reasonable. The check itself was £200 plus VAT, and you've seen nothing majorly wrong with the car, but a few sort of minor niggles that were needing to be rectified. So definitely happy to get them done. But we're going to head through now. My first time in the Hyundai Kona. I must say I'm quite taken with that. It's partially a wee safety alarm though, I'm not going to lie.
It is partially a wee safety alarm.
Half left onto A80 towards Moodisburn.
Moodisburn. So there we go. So there is the car. Probably can't make it out in the dark yet, but it is there, trust me. And another one. And another one. Evening!
As well. So obviously do that when it's cold. I've topped it up and checked it anyway, but just maybe every kind of couple of weeks.
So Dave, if you're watching this video, there's your 540C. Plugged into the charger, looking good as new. Also STB Automotive here, they also do BMWs and Bentleys, so definitely an array of cars. There's their track car. Might not be able to make that out in the video there. So that's it, we're back in the car. One of the things that Stephen and the guys at STB have done is fix the clock that was down to a low battery. So yeah, very impressed with that. There we go, that's us back.